It is almost dinner time, and tonight I am going to be making fried chicken strips. And we have guests over for dinner tonight. Josh's sisters are visiting us today, so I need to make enough to feed everybody. I have the chicken here. This is chicken breast that I bought in bulk, and I cut it into strips, and I froze it individually, and then I put it in bags. Yes, it was kind of labor intensive a little, I guess, but easy to go. The first thing I need to do is get some of this chicken into some water to get it to thaw. Then I'm going to mix up my seasoning that I'm going to use and my batter, my breading, whatever it is. And then we are going to fry the chicken on the stove. I haven't decided on the sides yet, maybe rice and some chicken gravy and some kind of vegetable. I put the chicken in a cold water bath. It will spend the next 15 to 20 minutes thawing out a bit, and then we'll get to coating and frying. Look at these beautiful M&M cookies I made today. Made cookies for the guests who came. Here we have our egg and milk mixture. This is just flour. We're going to season this in a moment. Here we have a pan full of vegetable oil. I'm going to go ahead and turn that on to medium heat. We're going to add in about 2 tablespoons of garlic powder.
I'm going to go take a shower.
Okay. About a teaspoon and a half or so of black pepper. It's about 2 teaspoons of salt. We're going to add in a little bit of cayenne for some heat. About a teaspoon. I'm going to add in some paprika, about a teaspoon of that. Here I have a bottle of homegrown parsley. We're going to add in about 3.5 teaspoons of that, tablespoons. And we just give it a mix. Here I have a cast iron black pan. I'm going to be putting green beans in here. So we're going to turn this on about a medium-ish heat. In the back here we have some rice with butter going. Now we're just waiting on the oil. Alright, the oil's ready. Here's the process. We take the chicken. We coat it in the flour. Oh, that was messy.
I'm gonna take a shower, Mom.
Okay. Then we coat it in the egg. We come back to the flour. Then we place it in the oil. Wasn't quite ready. Should have given it a few more minutes. Chicken, flour, egg, flour, All right, dinner has been made and eaten. It was delicious. Now we are back outside, and I wanted to show you what we have done. So we've spent the last 2 days outside doing a concrete foundation that I will show you. And I moved all of my plants from this here deck to over there. Let me show you what I've done. So I just reorganized the trees. Some of them are going dormant. It is that time of year. I still need to repot some of them. It's been months that I still haven't. And then I have a table set up here where I have little trees. There's persimmons, avocado, and some lemon. Peppers and some tomato that never got planted out. And honestly, I don't know if they're going to, but those I couldn't sacrifice. So here's what we're looking at. I got at a higher vantage point. So this deck that I could never really figure out what to do because it's weird shaped and so small and narrow. I put all the seeds here for now. Here are all of our winter seeds. I do have some cucumbers in here that I wanted to try. Our frost date is soon approaching, so I don't foresee them going to fruition and fruiting, but they're still there. All of those are brassicas. How about that? I moved all of my potting trays, and there's some fertilizer out here. Down below under this table I have all of my pots and seed starting cells, and in this pool these are the sacrificed plants. I took all of the plants that didn't really get to be planted out and I put them in here. I just dumped them in here. There's sage, there's some tomatoes, this is a celosia flower. They were all stunted because I didn't plant them out. So, may the odds be ever in their favor. Well, the kids were out here playing with water balloons. They made a mess. It did look cleaner, but it looks way better than it did yesterday. That is for sure. We're still fixing this part of the deck. Need to trim off the ends, and there are still a few pieces that we need to fix. I need to pressure wash the rug. Now I have 2 very long wood pieces. I will be using them for my outdoor cooking space, my countertops. This grill the frame is broken. We haven't used it in about 1.5 years because it's been broken. We need to replace a few of the internal mechanisms in order to get this working, but we're going to build a new frame for it and put it in the outdoor kitchen space. Now this is what I wanted to show you, the foundation for our cooking space. Here we have this weird triangular slope. It's never really served any purpose, and a whole bunch of sand always just washes onto the deck. Look, we recently redid parts of the deck, actually most of it. So Josh poured this concrete start of a foundation, and we are going to level the space out, pour a whole concrete slab, give it some walls, and this will be our cooking space. Now the reason that we have chosen to do the cooking space here, extend out off of the deck into this where it's just ground, this area, it's just dirt. The reason that we're doing that is because I want to cook with fire. We want to have a pizza oven. We want to have an outdoor fire that I can cook on, and it's going to get really hot. We cannot do that on this deck. That is dangerous. That is a fire hazard. So when deciding where to put our outdoor cooking space, it had to be somewhere that was easily accessible, it has to be functional, and it has to make financial sense. You know what, let's add a number 4. It also has to be in a location that it's not going to be neglected. And right here by the deck, where I'm wanting to be, with it being fall and almost winter, we're outside way more often, like almost constantly. So I want to have the area, the multiple areas where we can be outside. Here we are on the bottom section of the deck. We redid the entire railing. I hung some rainbow lights. Here's stone and rocks that were dug up from the triangular area. So we're having a dining right on this side. Okay, and then follow me. I know. Okay, here we have deck 1, 2, 3. The weirdest deck ever built. Ever built. It was so weird. And then right across from, I'm standing in front of the table now, there's the triangular space. So it'll function very well. And then from here, on deck 2, we're going to have a sitting space. Well, it is almost dark. The light is almost gone. I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Now I'm going to go hang out with my sisters-in-law. I hope that you have a good night. Thanks for stopping by.